3 long-term stock picks from Seth Klarman. The Baupost Group was created in 1982 by Seth Klarman and 4 other individuals. Since its founding, the Baupost Group has produced average yearly returns of over 20% under his leadership, a 4-decade run of success that has made Klarman, who has a net worth of roughly $1.5 billion, a billionaire. Klarman invests in most equities for the long term, like most value investors, which makes him a wonderful money manager to observe and possibly imitate. Like fellow value investing hero Warren Buffett, Klarman is a fan of businesses with large moats, valuable patents, and other intellectual property rights that give them an advantage over rivals. In a recent interview with Harvard Business School, Klarman emphasized that over the past 2 decades, investors have had to dramatically step up their game because the market has gotten much harder to predict. He believes that the present is a very difficult time for investors due to the current market volatility, the different macroeconomic influences, and the quick rate of technology change, opinions that were recently shared by fellow billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller. And surprisingly, there wasn't much action in the 13F portfolio of Baupost during the third quarter, although the fund did sell off 11 of its previous holdings, including one of its former top 10 holdings. Only 4 new holdings were added to the fund's 13F portfolio, which saw a decline in value from $6.77 billion on June 30th to $5.79 billion as of September 30th. The 13 Fahrenheit portfolio of the fund lost value for the 6th consecutive quarter. The communications and IT sectors continued to get the majority of Klarman's investments, making up around 72% of the fund's 13 Fahrenheit assets, down slightly from 75% at the end of Q2. These are his top 3 long-term stock picks. Number 1, New Oriental Education and Technology Group Inc. Since February 2021, when the Chinese government issued legislation outlawing for-profit K-12 tutoring, shares of New Oriental Education and Technology Group Inc. have fallen by 85%. Following the implementation of those laws, the company had to drastically change its business strategy, focusing on the expansion of its international operations and non-academic coaching. When it came to its first quarter fiscal year 2023 results, New Oriental Education and Technology Group Inc. of $744.8 million exceeded expectations by more than 10%, despite the unfavorable year-over-year sales comps, which saw a 43.1% decline in revenue. The business was nonetheless able to increase its adjusted operating income by 28.3% to $97 million. Number 2, Willis Towers Watson Public Limited Company. During the third quarter, Seth Klarman increased his holdings in Willis Towers Watson Public Limited Company by 39%, finishing September with 1.29 million shares. Since Q3 2021, there has been a 43% decrease in the number of hedge funds holding WTW, signaling that many more have abandoned the stock over the past year. During Q3, top quant funds Renaissance Technologies and 2 Sigma Advisors both sold their WTW holdings, with sales of $2 billion, which was in line with expectations. Willis Towers Watson Public Limited Company experienced strong organic growth of 6% during the third quarter. The insurance broker slightly outperformed projections for adjusted EPS, earning $2.20 per share as opposed to $2.13. Number 3, Fiserv Inc. With 1.4 billion customer accounts and the ability to conduct more than 15.7 billion transactions annually, Fiserv is a significant player in the financial transactions industry. During the third quarter, Klarman's holding in Fiserv remained unchanged as Baupost Group held onto its 3.53 million FISV shares. Hedge fund ownership of the stock has fallen to a 3-year low, with a 38% decrease in funds long FISV since the year 2020. By owning 14.6 million Fiserv shares as of September 30th, Jeffrey Evans' value of capital has a 23% 13 Fahrenheit exposure to the stock,